Alright, welcome back to Black Butler Anime Review, episode number 18. We're here reviewing the second episode of the Emerald Witch arc, which is also the 59th episode of the series, known as His Butler Sounding the Alarm. This episode adapts from the rest of chapter 88, pages 12 to 27, along with the first 32 pages of chapter 89. We begin with the last episode with basically the Phantom Hive group arriving at Sullivan's mansion, where they go off to do their own thing. The four of them are there. Well, Taka was there, but yeah, he's not in this episode for some reason. So it's just Boothroyd, Mei Lin, I know Snake is with them, I know that. Oh, Finian. Yeah, Finian, who's the gardener. Yeah, and he gets to like, oh, these guys looking for us. And of course, Sullivan tells him, please touch those, don't touch those. Those are poisonous. Okay. And of course, they walk in. The four of them basically do whatever the heck they want. They don't pop again toward the end of to like half of the episode. So then Cecile and Sullivan proceed to sit at this big dining room table, where, of course, get some food. So Sullivan's butler proceeds to get him some food, and of course, she still speaks to Cecile in German. And the thing is, Cecile kind of knows German, but not fully. So he kind of has to guess what she's saying. So at one point, she was getting hungry. So Sebastian proceeded to help basically Sullivan's butler prepare the food, where she asked basically like, well, about based about Sebastian. She asked about his parents, which he said they're gone, dead. He said if he can study it very carefully, he can actually understand what she's saying. But otherwise, though, he can't respond right away because his German's very slow. Meanwhile, though, Sebastian offers the manservant. First he turns out and eventually mentions, oh yeah, your lady mentioned she's actually very hungry. Because it's taking sweet time, he proceeds to help him out. Of course, makes the bread, makes the soup. After it's all done, then we have this extravagant meal where, of course, Sullivan eats has no table manners. Well, you have Cecile that act like a complete gentleman. And then afterwards, they proceed to, like, hear that, oh, there's a werewolf basically attack one of the villagers. So the four of them go out. By the way, when Sullivan sit down, Cecile does notice, apparently she practices foot binding, which is a Chinese thing, not a German thing. Why she practices this, she doesn't specifically say, but there's a reason the whole thing Emerald Witch, and we'll get back to that. So then we have it where she basically tries to treat a woman with this wound, and then they proceed back to the mansion afterwards, where, like, basically have Cecile in his room, Sebastian's there, of course, feeding him sweets, and then you're like, oh, I hear somebody over here conversation. Opens door, and there's Sullivan, where she's coming on balloons. Yes, come in the room on balloons, and she thinks the conversation. Now here's the thing: she's supposed to be 11 years old, 11, and she thinks the way Cecile is talking to her, it's like she wants to have sex with him. And I'm like, I agree with Cecile. I agree with Cecile on this. No. We're not doing that. I agree with him on that. Basically, for one thing, they're children, and 2, they shouldn't be doing it. Why she's thinking that way, don't know. She does explain the whole history of the Emerald Witch thing, which I thought was really cool. So she explains her ancestor apparently forged a contract with a werewolf by offering her legs in exchange for protection of her village. I'm thinking, wouldn't that kill her, given how much blood she's probably lost then? So they protect her for a long time, and then apparently that's when the whole thing happened. And the reason why the villager got attacked was because she forgot her talisman. So they chat for a while, and of course they play some games, like writing, and of course play with some toy. Then a man summer comes by. He does not outrage the fact that basically she's in Cecile's room. I'm glad he does not get the wrong idea of what's going on here. He sees that she is sleeping. She's fully clothed. Cecile has not done anything to her. He hasn't even touched her. You know what? He did touch her by shaking her hand. But aside from that, that was acknowledge your friendship. Aside from that, he didn't really do anything to her at all. He did nothing. I'm glad the fact he was written in a way where he does not get the wrong idea. So Cecile does not had to overreact to a complete misunderstanding. So then they proceed to sneak out of the mansion to see the possibly what this werewolf looks like. They see a werewolf, but they ignore it. And then for some reason, Cecile starts crying. And then he tries to stop, but couldn't stop shedding tears. And then the episode ends with Sebastian crying. Okay, interesting. We still have a while to go, but I'm interested. We'll find out this coming Saturday what happens next. Yep, good episode. Loved it. And we have only 11 to go for the season. I hope they grill it more because there's still like about a few different stories. It's like, I think it's about 2 different stories. I think it is. There is 1, 2. There are technically 3 stories left to go. Yes. I do think Blue Cult and Blue Memory can be adapted right away because their length of their arcs can be equivalent to a whole season of the anime. So you can probably get 2 more seasons out of this, but that's probably as far as they can take it. Presumably. Yes. I'm thinking so. Yep, so yeah, that's pretty much it for Particular View. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next I have a Comic Corner, and then it's on to From Old Country Bumpkin, The Master Swordsman. Okay, thanks, Bye.